Shannon, I know that you won't see this video. I know that you're not going to see this video, but I am sending this message to you telepathically, okay? You, my friend, are a Muppet. You really are a fucking Muppet. Hi! Right, before we go into anything, look at my hat. It's a fluffy cow hat. I'm not gonna wear it throughout the duration of the video, I just want... look at it. Look at it. It's fucking awesome, isn't it? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a video that I was looking forward to record. And it's for kind of a cynical reason, if you will. I wasn't expecting Shannon to come back. I think it's safe to say that her return wasn't a welcome one. It was actually a pretty unpleasant surprise. But I've been sitting here and I've just been laughing at the entire situation. And again, that might just be pretty cynical considering what other people have gone through, and to that I'm very empathetic towards and very sympathetic towards. However, I can't help but find this fucking hilarious. A lot of people would tell me, Lauren, don't waste your time. It's not got anything to do with you. Don't waste your time on making an update video. But I've thought of so many things and I need to get it out. There's a few things that I feel the need to speak on. So yes, Shannon came back for a final round, by which I mean she threw a petty jab and then legged it out of the ring. She's not staying on YouTube, she's leaving. So I'm so glad about it. I'm so glad. So yes, Creepshow Art, Shannon, she released a 2.5-hour long quote-unquote expose on Emily Artful, and I'm not gonna go into detail about it because, quite frankly, that video I couldn't make all the way through. I had to watch other videos about it because Shannon essentially took a dinosaur dick and fucked my brain with it, with that video. My brain was scrambled, like after 20 minutes of watching it. I couldn't get through it. The evidence was just plastered all over the place for like about 2 seconds, and she was repeating herself and she was saying shit that didn't really matter, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of what Shannon said in that video, there was no need for it to be said. She didn't redeem herself in any way. She just went on there and tried to prove that Emily's a terrible person. Not that what Shannon did didn't happen. At least that's probably what she tried to do in her eyes, but it didn't really work very well. She just proved that Emily used to be shitty, and Emily herself has told us that many times. So I don't really understand the point of this video. She didn't prove herself innocent, she didn't prove Anthony innocent. She just made up she just pulled a bunch of straws from all over the place, and it was just, there was no need for it. She gave us so much information that I don't think we really needed to know, to be honest. Like, oh, Emily's dad's house has a pink wall. Emily had a chinchilla. Did you know that? She had a chinchilla. Why do we need to know? What relevance does this have? So yeah, basically the entire video was about Emily and how Emily is a liar. The main thing that bothered me in terms of the Emily stuff was how shaming Shannon was. She shamed Emily, and I didn't like that, I gotta be honest. The way she talked about Emily's drug addiction, it was a bit wrong to me. I felt like that was kind of a low blow. She talked about how Emily couldn't have been sober on this date, but she says that she was sober on this date. Why would she lie about her sobriety dates? And the answer you could give is simply because of people like you, Shannon. The fact that you're shaming her. Emily even posted a tweet saying about how it's kind of hard for her to tell what her sobriety date is because, you know, she had a couple of relapses, and maybe they were only little relapses. Maybe because she relapsed but not on the hard stuff. She didn't know whether she was completely sober or whether she had to start again, basically. And I can, you know, kind of like second that, because I'm Obviously, if you've been on my channel before, you know that I'm a self-harmer, and I'm gonna talk about self-harm, so trigger warning. My main way of self-harming is by cutting and burning, and I haven't done that in a while. But if I were to, for example, hit my head, would I consider that to be a self-harm relapse when I don't really hit my head very often? Or can I just say that that was a blip and I'm still on the road of recovery? Do you get what I mean? So I kind of understand that's kind of how I, twisted it to kind of understand it, if you get me. Shannon was also talking about how Emily blamed her self-harm on her exes, and she also mentioned that Emily, something along the lines of that Emily never lost like a substantial amount of weight. I think Emily has mentioned it before, and Creepshow Art was like, no, that didn't happen. Here's some photos of Emily from when she was like 15, just by the way. That bothered me because Shannon has talked about the fact that she's struggled with self-harm and she's struggled with eating disordered behaviours. So have I. So have a lot of Shannon's audience. That's why we felt safe watching her, because she knew what it was like. But for her to question an eating disorder or question self-harm or judge someone's self-harm, especially when they were a child, it makes you think that you weren't safe after all. You weren't in safe hands when watching this person. But that's just me. I'm not going to talk much more about the Emily thing because there was so much but also so little at the same time, if you get me. It was literally just like, oh, when Emily was 13, she had a crush on a teacher. She's a terrible person. That kind of shit. What I wanted to talk about, there's a couple things. First of all, I personally don't believe that Shannon had actually gotten the legal team involved. At least not to the extent that she says she did. The reason why is because at the start of her video, she says that this video's been released on the basis of one of two things. One, Shannon has won in court against Emily for defamation of character. Or two, their lawyers have spoken and they've come to an agreement, and Emily has had to take down the videos. She's had to retract her statements. Emily's videos are still up. They're still up. Whether, in both scenarios, in both options, Emily would have had to take down her videos, and they're all still up. So I don't believe Shannon when she says that. Something that also kind of feels weird to me is the fact that if Shannon's lawyers or legal team, whatever, were really all that involved and really did think that Shannon had a case as she said they did, why did she do so much dirty work? Why did she do so much digging into Emily's background? So much so that she knows that the bedroom colour, or the bedroom wall colour in her dad's house is pink. She knew where Emily works because of a pen, things like that. Why would she do so much digging into the stupidest little things back from when Emily was at least 12 or 10, 12, 11, 12, 13, around that time? Why would she do that? I feel like if that was necessary, wouldn't the legal team do that? That's just my thoughts. I don't see why any of this was necessary, to be honest, especially if a legal team was involved. On top of that, Shannon wouldn't have posted the video. If she had won the legal case, if the lawyers had come to an agreement that Emily had to retract her statements, whatever, Shannon would have been told, do not post a video about this, do not go online about this. This is a legal thing. Keep it offline. But that's just my opinion. Now, the thing that bothered me as well was the fact that there's a lot of things that bothered me, to be honest, in case you couldn't tell. But another thing that bothered me was the fact that Shannon didn't talk about lolcow. She didn't talk about what she did to Hopeless Peaches. She didn't talk about any of that kind of stuff, which I think she's conveniently forgetting that was the main problem at the start. That was the thing that started it all. It wasn't Emily. Emily didn't say anything at first. It was all about the lolcow and the way she treated Peaches and, what she said about her friends. Why wasn't that mentioned? I feel like she is using the Emily situation that because she feels like she has leverage over Emily, which she doesn't. Like, if you watch the video, I don't recommend it, but if you watch the video, she has no leverage over Emily. But I feel like she's using this video thinking that she has leverage over Emily to kind of cover up the lol cow thing, because we all know she can't prove that she didn't do it. We all know that she can't prove that it wasn't her making all those anonymous posts on lol cow, because a lot of people already proved that it was. You don't get your IP spoofed. I do want to have a look at Shannon's description a minute, because, oh look, I got curtains. That was something that struck a lot of people. The way she talked about Tipster in the end of her video, that was just, you could tell that she was losing the plot at that point. But it wasn't just that. In her description of her video, she really did call out her fans. And I just wanna have a look at that real quick. Okay, so in the description it says, I want to thank my legal team, family, and no one else, because you people couldn't even scroll down on an Instagram page to fact check her. You really said no evidence? That's fine. It's not like she's accusing these people of felonies that could ruin their lives. Her own YouTube channel debunks all of her claims. She said she was so scared to post about her location online during a time when she was actively vlogging around the city, saying where she was living and more. But per usual, I will do all the heavy lifting because you guys are lazy. Not only that, but at the end of her video, excuse me, she talks about how her fans, some of her fans, her ride or die fans, have come to her and have said, Shannon, please come back, I love you, we don't want to see you go. And Shannon essentially said, fuck you, I don't give a shit. That does not, I don't care. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And you know what, if I was that 17-year-old ride or die, that would hurt. That would hurt a fuck ton. I'm just saying. Something funny to me as well is that she also gets really upset about her friends not coming to her rescue when she literally told people not to stick up for her. She told people, don't stick up for me. And because they didn't stick up for her, she went, oh my god, why'd you guys not stick up for me? What the fuck? Oh, it's funny. Oh, I've just seen as well. Shannon actually filled out her description. Not only did she do a 2.5-hour video talking about nonsense that didn't even matter, repeating herself non-stop, she also filled out the description and then posted a pinned comment saying any comment asking why didn't you address blank or what Butt Muncher 75 said about you in their video with 45 views. Trust me, Shannon, people who posted videos about you did not just get 45 views. You were the villain a few months ago. And you know better now. If they didn't accuse me of literal felonies that I don't really care at the moment, there's a difference between people thinking I'm a dick and people saying I committed literal crimes that are so foul that if I was seen on the street by someone and recognised, I would be assaulted. There's a reason Emily got a legal notice and other people didn't, because one thing is more serious than the other. If you can't understand that, then one day I hope there never comes a time when you can relate to this, because it's terrible. Touch grass. Oh, and the comments are hilarious as well. 2 hours of you showing the extent you stalked Emily. Fantastic. I really do not understand how any of this disproves Emily's accusations. Remember guys, even if we can't see the YouTube dislikes, Creepshow Art can. Don't let YouTube's dumb changes trick you. She really said Emily Apfel is accusing me of being a cyberstalker. Good thing I've been documenting all of her online activity for the past 10 plus years so I can prove it wrong. Oh my god, Shannon, you silly, silly girl. Fucking hell. But she talks about doing all the heavy lifting as per usual. Need I remind you that a bunch of artists, including myself, which is why I'm including myself in this situation. Okay, so I just realized that all my audio glitched and cut out, so I'm not going to be using my microphone. Thank you for that. The whole reason why I inserted myself in this situation was because I was one of the artists that Shannon used in her videos. I was one of the first, actually, for the Blue Potion Co video that is now, that is now no longer on her channel, I believe. I think Blue Potion Co might have taken it down or something, I don't know. Anyways, she says that she's doing all this heavy lifting when she literally had her fans do the work for her. Not only did she have the fans do the work for her by doing the art, but she also got other people's art and then got someone to edit her videos for her. And it's like, I do speed paints and, you know, I talk over them. It's not fucking hard. It's not much effort at all to edit that together. She didn't put work into her channel, and then she's gonna sit here and say that I do all the heavy lifting. No, you didn't, Shannon. A lot of the stuff that she accuses other people of in this video, she did to other people. The fact that she had someone apparently say that they didn't like her a long time ago, even though that they were friends or whatever. I don't even know. Again, lol cow. Shannon, I know that you won't see this video. I know that you're not going to see this video, but I am sending this message to you telepathically, okay? You, my friend, are a muppet. You really are a fucking muppet. No one's going to believe you, because you've lost all credibility now. She said at the end of this video that she's done. I'm done, I don't care anymore, I'm done. That wasn't your choice to make. You were done when you posted all that stuff on lolcow, when you got exposed for it. You were done when you got exposed for what you did to Emily. That's when you were done. It wasn't your choice to make. Most people did not want you to come back. And I'm glad that Shannon's gone for good now. Maybe she won't take advantage of her young audience. Maybe she won't take advantage of her friends who have more subscribers than her. I know I sound bitter, right? The truth is, I was bitter for a long time after my interactions with Shannon, because she got what she wanted from me, and where did that leave me? Shannon knew that I was going through a really hard time because I told her that. I felt comfortable enough to tell her that, and she told me that I would go very far with my art, and that was the first time I believed it. I needed to hear it, but now I realise that she was probably lying. Well, I realised that a while ago. But something that gets me is, I wonder what she was thinking. She says that, or she said that she wanted to uplift her audience, her creative audience. She wanted to show people how amazing some of her audience is at art. I don't think that that was the reason why. I think myself and a lot of the artists that submitted our art of her, I think we were just taken advantage of. And you know what, after this whole situation, especially after this video that she posted, I kind of believe that even more. But what I will say to Shannon is thank you, because I learned that you can't fucking trust people. I'm coming up for 20 now. This happened back in 2019 when I was 17, and I thought that I had the world because someone I looked up to recognized me and told me that I was going to do amazing. But now I realize that I don't need that. I didn't need that, especially not from someone like Shannon. I lost respect for Shannon a long time ago, which is why I'm able to laugh at this situation, which is why I'm not upset that she's gone. I'm so thankful that she ain't coming back, because I don't think she deserves her platform. I don't think she deserves what she had. I don't think she realized what she had. She was sitting there complaining about, oh, I don't like YouTube anymore, even though she had other people doing the work for her. You know, a lot of people would give so much to be in the position that Shannon was in. And she just took advantage of it. She claimed to use her platform for good, but looking back, I really don't think she did. I don't think she did. So, good fucking riddance. I hope that Emily doesn't have to deal with your shit anymore. I hope that no kids and fans like myself get taken advantage of anymore from you or anyone like you, because anyone like you, Shannon, does not deserve this type of platform. You, my girl, are a scumbag, and you only further proved it in your latest video. Seriously, you didn't make yourself look like a good person. You looked like there's not enough words to describe you. What I will say though is that the platform seems a little bit better now that you're gone. You literally erased everything that you did for your fans on this platform. Everything that you stood up for in your videos on lolcow, you proved that you thought otherwise. The artists, again, such as myself, that you claimed to care about, you proved otherwise. The fans that you claimed to love, you proved otherwise. You even said otherwise. So I hope that you and Anthony are perfectly happy, because you do seem great together. You do sound like the perfect couple, I will be honest. I hope that Emily can move forward from here. I hope that Peaches, she's come back, Hopeless Peaches, she's come back to YouTube, and I think she will be doing more videos in the future. I hope that she can move on from this. I hope that any of Shannon's ride or dies or ex-fans can move on from this. I know I did, and to be honest, it's also because of this channel where I talked about Shannon the first time. That helped me, you know, which is why I'm able to talk about this and laugh, because I genuinely think that this is so fucking bizarre. And to any fans of Shannon out there that might be seeing this video, I understand if you're hurt by what Shannon said, where she essentially told you to fuck off and also blamed you for her downfall, essentially. It wasn't your fault. You were the one who built her up in the first place. Shannon would have been nothing if it weren't for her fans. None of this was your fault. It was all her. But the bitch doesn't know how to take accountability for her own actions. And I think if there's anything that any of us can learn from the situation, is how to not deal with stuff like this. How to not take accountability. I'm just glad to see that she's thrown in the towel now. I am glad. Maybe less people will be hurt by her now, because she doesn't have as much of a reach anymore. But anyways, I think that's all I had to say. Oh, Furby. My Furby fell. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I don't think I missed out any points. I don't recommend watching Shannon's video. It is a complete waste of time. If you want to watch her video, kind of, but also not give her the revenue, then go to Harley TBS's video. He talked about, well, he did a live stream and he kind of cut it up, and it's actually quite funny because you just see all of the idiocy that comes from Shannon's video. And also, speaking of Harley TBS and his YouTube stream, it got terminated or something. No, it didn't get terminated. It got flagged or whatever the fuck because of minor endangerment. Because apparently he looks underage. Same thing's been happening to me on TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok, which you should, by the way, it's in the link in the description, I keep getting flagged for minor endangerment, and the reason why is because in the videos where I'm smoking, for example, apparently I look 12. The community guidelines say that we don't allow minors to take part in delinquent activities, and there was a video of me smoking and they thought, oh, this bitch looks 12, and then they flagged it, and I keep getting flagged for the same fucking shit. So I feel you, Harley, I really do. That is my final thing on Shannon. I felt the need to talk about it because obviously a lot of people found my channel from my original Shannon video, and a lot of people found me from Shannon. You know, back when Shannon was giving me all these shout outs and stuff, a lot of people found me from that, and I've made so many friends. And we've all talked about how fucking sad it is that that's how we found each other. It was through her. But that is one thing that I will thank her for. I hope that you are having a good day. And do better than her.